Well, welcome to BIB 212 New Testament. This is an exciting class because not only are we going to dive into the New Testament, we're going to explore the way we're doing some online formats for our class. So you're going to find that this class is a little bit more flexible than a lot of our classes that we typically have. So let's just work through the syllabus real quick. If you've got that, it's under the syllabus there. You'll see that this is Spring Session 3, this is in Christian Ministries, and this is online. You have my contact information there. And again, you guys have reached out to me before. I'm happy to answer any questions, any issues you have. Just let me know. The key to this really working successfully for you and on our end is understanding if you have any issues. So please make sure to either email me, or sometimes the best way to get in front is by either a phone call or a text there, and you have my number. So, as we do with this course, what is this? So the course description says a general introduction and overview of the New Testament, noting distinctive features of each book. So what we're trying to do here is get our bearings in the New Testament. One of the things that we really struggle with from time to time is okay, what's going on in these different books, because they're not a monolith. They're unique situations. So what we want to do is kind of dive into this particular set of books. And what we're going to do as we work through this, a lot of what my job is, you have your reading, and then the lectures online will kind of help that. But what we're going to do basically is we're going to walk into these books and these issues, and I'm going to kind of help us to sort of say, here's the lay of the land. If you imagine we're in West Kentucky, so just imagine how you see a lot of cows and pastures and stuff, and sometimes you just sort of know, hey, here's where the problem is. Here's where the hole is that we need to watch out for. Here's where this is. So we can sort of see the lay of the land, because what we're going to do, this class does not have enough time for us to be able to dive down into every book and you really to work through all this. We could spend an entire semester on almost every book of the New Testament. So that's just not feasible for us. So what this class is designed to do is help give you those tools, help you see the lay of the land, so that you can then engage the text and continue to move forward in your study of the New Testament. So that's what we say, learning how comes there. You're going to describe the issues of canonicity, inspiration, and textual transmission. You're going to demonstrate awareness of geographic, religious, and cultural, historical, and political contents. And you're going to describe key characteristics of the authorship and contents of the book of the New Testament, all right? That's what we're trying to be able to do, so that you have this start so that you can engage the text as we go forward. Now, our survey here, our books here, obviously, it is a Bible. You got to have a Bible. We can't talk about the New Testament if we don't open the New Testament. So there we go. And then Robert Gundry's Survey of the New Testament. That's where all of our reading is going to come from. Now, one of the things that you're going to find is what Gundry does in his work, and what I try to do in our online lectures here are complementary, but not necessarily the same. Okay, so we're trying to help complement, to give you as much as we can. Now, if you look through your syllabus there, you see the catalog information. That's pretty boilerplate for all the courses that we have. If you have any issues, please let me know and we can work through those. Now, the other thing, let's talk about the structure of this class. What are the assignments? What's this look like for you? Okay, so class participation. Well, easily here, you're going to watch the lectures that are online as if you were in class. And I've kind of condensed them in a little ways here and there. And then you're going to post each week on a discussion board. We have discussion board for week 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Week 4 is actually spring break there. So that goes a little bit different. Just keep that in mind. And you'll post in that discussion board, hey, here's something I saw. Here's what I understood here. I got a question about this. Just tell me, give me an idea of the things that you're encountering, whether it's observations you didn't know, questions you have, or, hey, this is something that really spoke to me there, okay? The second part, so that's 100 points, just, kind of doing that. That's not a big deal. The second point is reading quizzes. There are going to be 5 reading quizzes. And we'll go over sort of what those look like. But you'll find this under the test section of on Populi there. 5 quizzes, and they usually have about 10 to 12 questions, and they are solely over the reading. They'll either be true, false, or multiple choice. So if you do the reading, all the things that are in there I have taken from the reading. So that'll make it pretty clear there. Another 300 points of your grade is we're calling book observation assignments. So we did this with the book of 1st and 2nd Corinthians, where you went through and you made observations. We're going to do the same thing here, but you're going to pick a book of the New Testament. If you took 1st and 2nd Corinthians, don't do 1st and 2nd Corinthians again, but you're going to pick a book or books of the New Testament. It has to be at least 15 chapters. Now, here's what I'm going to say. Because every book is a little different. Specifically, if you go to the Gospels, the number of observations you have may differ from genre to genre. If you are in the book of Romans, you may have multiple observations or questions or things per paragraph. Whereas if you're in the Gospels, sometimes some of the things you may not have as many. So the minimum is 1 observation or question or whatever per paragraph, okay? Excuse me. And so that's what we're going to do. A minimum of 1 observation per paragraph. And again, the big thing that we want to do is have us engaging with the text. We're looking at the text. We're dealing with the text. We're asking questions. And the reality is, the part of this assignment is to help us engage with the text, so that as we engage with the text, we can dive deeper into it. Sometimes you may make an observation and go back later and be like, well, that really wasn't a helpful one, but you don't know that at the time, okay? We just want to make those observations and develop the habit of doing that. So that's that 3rd assignment. And the final 300 points of your grade will be a final exam. And I'll post a separate video about it, what that's going to look like, but it'll be a mixture of a couple of different sections there. And so we'll give you some heads up on what that looks like a little closer to time. Now, you see the grading method. You see how those points are broken down, the typical grading scale there. Now, when we talk about the reading assignments and the reading quizzes, you see week 1 is chapter 5 through 7 of Gundry. Okay? That's what you're supposed to be reading for that week. Week 2 is chapters 8 through 10. I would like, in chapters 8 through 10, you need to have those read for week 2. So if I were you, I would go ahead right now and start with chapters 8 through 10. And the quiz for week 2 is over chapters 8 through 10. So if you look on the reading schedule there, you see week 2, week 3, week 4. Whatever it says the reading for that week is what the reading quiz is over. So week 2 reading quiz is over 8 through 10. Week 3 over 11 through 13. Week 4 is the week we do not physically have a meeting because it's spring break, but you have a reading quiz over chapters 1 through 4. So keep that in mind. Just go on. The biggest thing that you can do, the biggest way you can help yourself is, first, if I were you, I would start on chapters 8 through 10 and then go back and pick up chapters 5 through 7 when you get time there. All right? So that's how the reading is laid out. You see the course calendar there. Now, what we're going to do is you're going to see under these weeks, week 1, 2, 3, 4, the number and then class overview. So 1, class overview. 2, background social. 2, background religious. Those kinds of things. Those correspond to the videos, the lecture videos on YouTube. I'm going to post it's all under a playlist that we've got here. I'm going to post those for you. Some of them will come out little by little. Week 1 is already there. So you will see what those are, and you'll be able to say, okay, now here are the videos I need to watch for this week. And so even if something is not lining up, you'll be able to say, I need to understand the Gospel of Matthew, first one, I need the class overview. That's this video. Social, religious, historical background, canonicity, history of gospel studies, what are the gospels, and finally the Gospel of Mark. Now, these videos range in length, some from 7 minutes all the way up to one where we deal with like 1st and 2nd Corinthians. It's going to be a little longer, but the good thing is those will all be on YouTube and you can save your progress as things come back and forth. So that's what the class is structured like. Okay, we want to help you to take the first step in saying, okay, let's get a big overview of the New Testament so that we can engage this text and we can move forward in our study of it. All right? So if you have any questions, you can email me, text me. I look forward to helping you in whatever way we can so we can move forward as we dive into the New Testament together.